Hi guys! So today I am going to be attempting to make Swiss meringue buttercream. I need to make this ahead of time so that I can use it in a different recipe later in the week. So the reason I picked Swiss meringue buttercream over normal buttercream is because it's supposed to use less sugar. It's supposed to be a lot lighter, more manageable, and have just a smoother texture and taste to it. So I'm gonna give it a try today, see how it turns out. It is really rainy here today and I don't know how the humidity is gonna affect it, but it's gonna be fun to try because I really am looking forward to seeing what this tastes like. So, okay, let's get to it and start making our meringue part. The first part of our meringue is egg whites. So we need 6 eggs and we need to have them all separated. All right, the first part we are gonna do for our Swiss meringue buttercream is the egg whites, the meringue part. So we are gonna separate 6 eggs, egg white, egg yolk, and then we're gonna take each egg white and put it in our bowl. We are gonna do this each separately to make sure we do not get any of the yolk mixed in at all. So 6 egg whites, there's one. That was our last egg white that we're putting into our bowl. I have all the yolks left. These are not going to go to waste. I am going to use them later on and we are going to make lemon curd out of it in another video. So set those aside. I have 2 extra eggs just in case I messed it up. All right, the next step we need to do, we are adding 2 cups of sugar and we're going to mix it all up and then we're going to put it on the stove. All right, our eggs are ready. Our egg whites are ready with the sugar. Before I go and put these on the stove, I'm going to get another pot and I'm going to put about 2 inches of water in it. The water, when it boils, cannot touch the bowl that's going to be inside of it. So we're going to try this, see if it works. And because as soon as the egg whites are ready and we take them off the stove, they need to go right onto the mixer. So I'm going to put my whisk attachment onto it so it's ready, and I can do this very quickly. Okay, so whisk attachment first. That's ready. Fill your pot with 2 inches of water. Okay, water ready. Now we can go over to the stove and get this all cooking. Okay, I am going to put my burner on a low setting. Put our pot of water on and we want it to come to a boil. And we are going to put our egg whites on top. And what we're doing is we're just going to mix these until they start to cook and reach a temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So as this has been heating up, it looks like it's starting to almost double in size. It's also got a beautiful glossiness to it and almost a like marshmallow fluff texture to it, only thinner. So it's coming along, it's almost ready. There's 2 ways you can tell if it's ready. One is with your digital thermometer at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, or the other way is you can put a tiny little drop between your fingers. Now you gotta be careful because it's very hot. And if you don't feel any sugar, any of that graininess, then it is ready to be taken off of the stove and put on your stand mixer and let it whip. So it's almost there. All right, so let's check it this way first. All right, it has reached our 160, and I'm gonna turn the burner off and test it. I don't feel any graininess at all, so it is ready to be removed and put right onto our stand mixer. So all I'm gonna do is give the bowl a quick wipe so it's not too wet. Ooh, it's a little hot. We're gonna put it on our stand mixer and let it start whisking until it forms stiff peaks. Okay, our meringue looks like it's ready. It's been probably mixing for 20 minutes or so. With humidity, if it's really humid out or high humidity, then you kind of have to mix it a little longer, which I had to today. But look at those stiff peaks, it's glossy, looks perfect. So now we just have to let it cool down and make sure the bowl is cooled down, because if we put our butter in it right now, it's gonna melt. So I am gonna just set this in the fridge for a little bit, probably about 10 minutes, I guess, just until the bowl and the meringue part is actually cooled down. But yeah, it looks good. It's not gritty. It's forming nice stiff peaks, just the way it should. All right, so let's cool it down in the fridge for a few minutes. And while that's cooling, we are gonna get our butter ready. All right, so while our meringue is cooling, we are gonna get our butter ready. I also have a 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and I have some vanilla to use. But first, butter. So we are using 1.5 cups of butter in it. And we have to cut it into tablespoon sizes, because that is how we're gonna add it, a tablespoon at a time. Next, we are gonna put the paddle attachment onto our mixer. So it's ready. Now we just have to wait for our meringue to cool down. All right, our meringue and our bowl are cooled. So we're gonna put it on the mixer, and then we are going to start adding a tablespoon of butter at a time, maybe a little bit more. At the end, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and the 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So let's get mixing. All right, I am gonna take this off of the mixer for a few minutes, just to scrape down the sides of the bowl, make sure everything's getting mixed in properly. And then I'm gonna add our vanilla and our salt to it. So, as I was mixing it, I noticed that it was getting really thick, really airy, and almost curdling. So what I did is I put it back on our stove, back on the stove over a pot of boiling water, just like we did at the beginning. And I just let the edges of the bowl heat up. The middle stayed solid. Once it was heated up, only about, I don't know, maybe a minute, if that. And then what I did is brought it back to the mixer, mixed it on a low for about 30 seconds, and mixed it on a medium high for about 2 minutes. So this is what it looks like right now. It's very smooth. It seems nice and thick. I don't know how well it would pipe onto a cake or cupcakes right now. It feels like it might be too thin. So let me see. What am I gonna do? All right, so all I'm gonna do is pop it back in the fridge for just a few minutes, no more than 20 minutes, just to harden it up a little bit, mix it again, and hopefully we'll get just the right consistency. This is a little finicky. All right, so we put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes, It already feels thicker, which is really nice. So we're just gonna throw it back on the mixer just for a few minutes, for about 30 seconds to a minute. Give it a chance to incorporate again, and then we're gonna test it. Okay, that's long enough. So let's clean this all off and let's give it a try. See how well it holds its shape. It's very smooth. It's really nice. Nice that it's so smooth. All right, so I have a piping bag here and we are gonna try it. See how well it holds its shape, how easy it is to use. Okay, so let's see. Let's make a little mountain of buttercream. Wow, that is beautiful. It's silky, it's so smooth. It's holding its shape perfectly. I love it. I love how it looks. Oh my gosh, you guys. This turned out amazing. Look at that, nice and thick, creamy, amazing, amazing. So it held up its shape really well, still holding its shape. I love it. I found this recipe. Ooh, that's good. That is really good. So as I was saying, I found this recipe on Sally's Baking Addiction. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I follow a lot of her recipes. I like that she offers little tips and tricks about making it, you know, so that if you run into a little problem, it's really not a problem. She tells you how to fix it and what to expect. You know, I like it, and I will definitely be linking her website to all of my social media because I think she's fantastic and you guys should check out some of her recipes. Yeah, so I really like this recipe. I think I'm gonna start using this one instead of normal buttercream, just because it's a lot less sweet and it turns out really silky and not so airy and bubbly, and I really like it. That's all I can say is I like this one. This was a fantastic recipe to try. And yes, it was difficult at first, but now that I kind of know what to expect when I make it again, it's gonna be so much easier. So, that being said, oh my God, I love icing. So good. So I use salted butter in mine. As you guys know, I love salted butter. This one, okay, so I probably shouldn't have used salted butter in it, because when you do, it brings out a very, very rich, buttery taste in the icing, which I'm totally fine with because I love the taste. Some other people might not because it is very buttery tasting. And I might, when I do it again, I might go unsalted butter instead of vanilla, use a little almond extract in it. I think that would make a nice change to it. So, anyway, you guys will get to see me use this in another recipe. For now, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell, and share. Please share my videos. I can't thank you enough for watching them. I really appreciate you guys. And that's it for me today. I will see you for the next one where I'm using this. And thanks for watching today.